we're going to run out of time, and I want to make sure I talk some college football with Gino here. And what I wanted to ask you was, because I watched Bill Belichick get announced at UNC, is he going to make a successful college football coach?
Listen, Bill Belichick, all I can say, Damian Woody, who played with him, he says he's the best teacher of football he's ever been around. If you're a great teacher, I don't think it matters what level you're at. If you're a Pop Warner, high school, college, you can be successful. I think the question is going to be in the transfer portal, all those, the NIL, there are other factors in becoming a successful program. You know, Florida State's going through, some troubles. Florida, trying to figure it out. We're all trying to figure it out. And I think that's going to be the question mark is UNC, which is a traditionally quote unquote basketball school where most of the resources go to hoops. Are there going to be enough resources, AKA money, to it's about the Jimmies and the Joes, no matter what level, and he's going to be able to get the Jimmies and the Joes he wants to run his program. But I think he'll be a successful coach. I don't think there's any question.
But Gino, along those lines, because we talked about this for a couple of days with the rumblings of him going there, North Carolina has to be North Carolina State and Duke. They're in the ACC, but they, the rivalries. He can out-scheme any coach. He can out-scheme Dabo Swinney. He's a genius mind, game day mind. But my only question is that where I was like, Bill Belichick's not flying to Montana to recruit a 4-star guard on a Wednesday. And could he put together, and this was a pushback with my thought, could he put together a strong enough team, a strong enough coaching staff where he doesn't have to do the traveling, going out, sitting in some kid's cafeteria in Alabama to try to get him to come to North Carolina?
Well, the times have changed. When we came out, I think the factor of cash is a big factor on these recruits. And I think Deion's doing it. I mean, with his health issues and blood clots, I don't think he's getting on a lot of planes to recruits. They come to Colorado. He recruits them there in Colorado. And I think Bill Belichick is the same. I think you can put together a team of people, AKA coaches, assistants. I mean, he brought his general manager, Lombardi, in, that I think that that to me is, okay, you're relying on kind of them to get those guys, feet on the ground. But, listen, Mac Brown got him to top 5 status. And what did he do? He went to Texas. He came back a second time and it didn't work out as much. Wow. So I think that it's a great school. I think it's an opportunity. I think the question is, I would even say, Channing, is, listen, I came in under Jimmy, played under Jimmy a year, was with Dennis my last 4 years. Jimmy's style was different than Dennis, and Jimmy's style was a lot more like Coach Belichick, and that means hard coaching. And, as well as I do, some kids today don't necessarily prefer hard coaching, but that is what you have to teach them. You have to teach them competition. You're not always going to be the starter if you're a 5-star kid. You're going to have to win your job consistently. And how does that translate in today's day and age of, if I'm hard coached, well, if I'm not playing enough, I'm going to redshirt and I'm going to hit the transfer portal. I think I'm more curious to see how that happens. But if you're a kid getting coached by him, I feel pretty good that, he's coached some pretty good dudes. And what is he, number 2 in wins in the NFL? Wow. You know what? If I just follow what this guy is telling me, I think I got a good chance of making the next step. So I would be betting that he's going to be successful.
They were debating on Get Up this morning. There's 3 teams in the NFL who fired a coach during this season: the Bears, the Jets, the Saints. Did the Bears? I mean, he obviously wants to coach. It's why he's at UNC. Did the Bears, the Jets, or the Saints make a mistake in not going and getting Bill Belichick?
Yes. I mean, I think to me is apparently he came into UNC with like a 500-page manifesto of this is what you have to do to become a successful program. And you guys know if he came into any one of those NFL teams, he's not operating under the current operating system. He's bringing a whole new deal. It's like, this is how it's done. We follow this process. And we're going to be successful. And I think probably the ownership of those 3 teams weren't willing to give him the power that he wanted. and all the changes that he want done. But, look,
the one that jumps out to me is the Bears. Like in the Jets, you've got Aaron Rodgers. You know how it went with Tom Brady and Belichick at the end. Aaron Rodgers is probably that to the nth degree. But Caleb Williams and the Bears, man, if he wanted to coach and just wanted to coach anywhere, seems like a fairly big mistake to not have him come in and coach Caleb Williams.
But Hawk, he wants to coach, but he knows what it takes to be successful. He's been in organizations that were not successful. So he knows what it takes. And if a guy comes in and says, listen, this is how you're doing things or how you've done things, a.k.a. the Bears, it's really not working out. I mean, let's be honest. The Bears haven't been any good since '85 when McMahon left. So if he tells you you need to make these changes. I think
they went to a Super Bowl though, with Rex Grossman, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, they got waxed. Okay, I'm just throwing salt because I know you're a Bears guy. That they haven't been any good since '85.
I wanted to give the Gators a little bit of credit.
But a lot of organizations, though, to Gino's point, a lot of organizations are not taking a damn 500-page manifesto from my hire. Like you're my coach. I'm here and you're there. Don't give me a manifesto.
Right. But to me, Channing, is if they're not going to follow the blueprint that he has had, or then that's why he didn't go there to any one of those teams. And that to me is, how do you I think age was a factor, because if no matter who hires him, you're looking at, listen, let's be honest. He's not going to be coaching. How many more years is he going to be coaching? I mean, they were saying Mac Brown was too old. He's only a year younger than Mac Brown. So how many years is it going to be? I don't know why the NFL teams didn't do more kick the tires, but I got to think they were not giving the keys to the Ferrari and say, do whatever you want with it. And he's like, well, that's not enough power for me to just come in and coach, because I'm not going to go in there like a lame duck and just look like the same crappy team. And
I'll go do it at the college level and whatever. I'm going to do it wherever I do it, I'm going to do it my way.
Right. Correct.
Yeah. Gino Torretta, Hamp Tanner, the CEO of Evenings Delight. Gino Torretta comes to us every week, courtesy of Evenings Delight. And everybody gets it's like the Oprah show. Everybody gets a grill.
You get a grill. I get a grill.
Thank you, Hamp. We appreciate the generosity.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Thank you.
And Gino, much success in New York on Saturday. Fingers crossed that you get to congratulate Cam Ward as the next Miami Hurricane Heisman Trophy winner.
Fingers crossed. We got Rocco's Pastries and John's Pizza down in the Village on Saturday. Make sure I eat good in the short trip to New York.
Crowder, you're saying I should not put any money on Cam Ward
I'm
being
sorry,
the next
Gino.
Heisman Trophy winner from the University of Miami.
To win it. Gino's the last Kane to win it. I'll just give Gino his credit. I don't want to hate.
Why are you wearing that Alabama hat, man? You're a Gator. Come on.
Good question.
No, it looks like he froze up. He doesn't seem to have an.
Why you
he was asking why you're wearing an Alabama hat.
This is Atlanta. This is an Atlanta Braves hat because I'm from Atlanta. But I'm at the airport this morning and a dude came and yelled at me about this hat. I'm gonna throw
it looks like an Alabama hat.
It's red and it does have the script A, so it kind of looks like Alabama. So I would, all right, I get you. I was gonna say, is that a Braves hat? But I wouldn't go with the red Braves. Like, I listen. You're a Gator. Don't put that hat on. You won't be confused with that.
It's in the garbage, Gino. I'm throwing it out today.